Hey guys, welcome back to another Tech Support Spy video. As always, I hope you're having a good day, good week. As always, we want to wish you positivity for all who are watching this video. Thanks for watching Tech Support Spy. What I got for you today? I have a video that wants to talk about the USB Wi-Fi adapter. So if you see here, I have a USB Wi-Fi adapter or dongle. And this is definitely something that you can use if your Wi-Fi goes out on your laptop or your desktop. Your Wi-Fi card goes out and you don't have the means to immediately get your laptop or desktop repaired for your Wi-Fi. You want to think about getting a USB Wi-Fi adapter. Um, so trying to figure out how I want to dive into this video because I can't think of the best way to dive into this. I know that if you are a heavy computer user and if you've had a computer since the beginning of computer time, uh, you've probably come across when Wi-Fi has, first started. If you've had issues with your Wi-Fi, whether it's a laptop or a desktop, if your Wi-Fi card has gone out, you've probably been like millions of people, oh no, my Wi-Fi doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong. You probably try to troubleshoot it. You probably try to call somebody. They call it TekSupportSpy to do some troubleshooting for it, and it still doesn't work. And then you're told that your Wi-Fi card has gone out, or you need a new Wi-Fi card. Who has the money to repay for repair to have a new Wi-Fi card put into my laptop or a new Wi-Fi card put into my desktop? You now have, or you probably, some of you probably have already knew about this, but those who are non-tech savvy, if you don't know about this, you can get you a USB Wi-Fi adapter. Get you a USB Wi-Fi adapter, use that, and you'll be able to get your Wi-Fi back by using one of these. So, we want to dive into this. We want to show you non-tech savvy users and give you some information about how to look for a Wi-Fi adapter or a Wi-Fi USB adapter so that you can identify what USB adapter you need to choose, which adapter you need to use. I like that how it rhymed. Wi-Fi adapter choose, and how to identify how the adapter. I just forgot how I said it, but I like how it rhymed. I can't remember how I did it, but I like how it rhymed. Anyway, we want to show you how to look for a Wi-Fi adapter that you can use until you can get your computer fixed. Until you can get that Wi-Fi adapter replaced or repaired by your local PC repair shop. And we want to show you some things you need to look for. We'll dive on some of the sites like Best Buy, Microcenter to see what kind of Wi-Fi adapters that they have and show you how to find a Wi-Fi adapter to use until you get your Wi-Fi card replaced or repaired. So, I don't have a joke, no knock knock joke. It could be like knock knock, who's there? Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi who? Wi-Fi adapter. As always, bad jokes. But we want to go ahead and just dive into the video. Dive into the video, shall we? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a website for Best Buy. So one of the things you want to look at when you're looking for a Wi-Fi USB network adapter, you want to look at the model, right? So this here is an Asus dual band. Oops, we don't want to do all that. This is an Asus dual band. So dual band meaning it can handle the two bands, 2.4 gigahertz or the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band speeds. And it says AC 1200. So the AC loosely means it's the Wi-Fi um, 5 or the 802.11ac Wi-Fi technology standard. So you can always look at the model if it's going to be AC or AX. It may say, it'll definitely have AC, AX, which means Wi-Fi 5 or Wi-Fi 6. And I'm not going to dive into the difference between Wi-Fis. I'll make another video for that later. But you also want to look at if it's 600, 1200, whatever it may be here, Loosely, if it's like an A6 or said A6, AC or AX 1200 or a AC 600, this loosely means of how many megabytes per second that it can handle, the internet speeds that it can handle or support for that Wi-Fi adapter. So let's take a look at this. This is on Best Buy sites. I can go to Ace's site and take a look at the specs, but I don't know. In my head, I just Googled Asus USB Wi-Fi adapter, and this site came up. So let's scroll down and take a look at the specifications. And I'm hoping Best Buy's site has, they loosely have the right information. Most retailers have the right specs about the product or the Wi-Fi adapter that you're looking at. So this speed here for this AC 1200 USB dual band Wi-Fi USB adapter, it can do about 867 megabytes per second. So one thing that you want to be aware of is this can do 867 megabytes per second. Now, let's say your Wi-Fi with your ISP, your internet service provider, or your cable company, whoever you're getting your internet through, let's say you're paying for 300 megabytes per second. When you look at this, it says it's 867 megabytes per second. You are getting 300 megabytes per second from your ISP, internet service provider, or your cable company. Can this Asus AC 1200 USB Wi-Fi adapter handle your internet speeds? Yeah, it can. It can, because this USB Wi-Fi adapter can do 867 megabytes per second. You're paying for 300 megabytes per second from your ISP. So this can handle way over the megabytes per second that your internet service provider is providing. So yes, this can support your Wi-Fi speeds. Now, let's kind of change it a little bit. Let's say you're paying for a gig, which is basically 1,000 megabytes per second. Will this USB Wi-Fi adapter handle someone who has purchased a 1 gigabyte or 1,000 megabytes per second internet speeds from their internet service provider? No, probably not. This USB Wi-Fi adapter can probably still work, and you probably will still get internet speeds, but you probably will not get the 1 gigabyte per second internet speed with this Wi-Fi adapter. As you go down, again, it shows you the bands, the frequency, the Wi-Fi frequency or bands that they can use. What else is here? It shows you the different, I don't know why they say data link protocol. It's just the Wi-Fi protocol, all the Wi-Fi technology or standard. 802.11, G, N, and AC. That's why you have the AC in front of that 12. AC 1200. Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6 is 802.11ax. And it says here, Wi-Fi standard is Wi-Fi 5. And it shows here what systems that it can support as far as what operating systems it can support: Windows 7, 8, 8.11, or I'm sorry, I said 8.11, 8.1, or Windows 10. And I would suspect that this could work on a Windows 11 PC, even though it has Windows 10 only and it's not outlining Windows 11. I would say that it probably can still work on a Windows 11 PC. So, and I will bet the farm on that answer. So, let's see here. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at this. This is now a Netgear Nighthawk AXE 3000. So remember, we looked at, or we're telling you, when you look at some of these USB Wi-Fi adapters, look at the model first. Look at if it says AC, AX, and if it says like 3000 or 1200, it's kind of giving you an idea of the megabytes per second, the internet megabytes per second, the speed that it can support. Now, can this handle 3000 megabytes per second? I don't think so, because loosely it's a little smaller than what it's kind of describing in the model number. So if you look at this, right, it's basically saying it can handle up to 4K, 8K streaming. It's a Wi-Fi 6E USB Wi-Fi adapter. It can work with Windows 10, Windows 11. Take a look at the specs here. Take a look. Let's take a look here. Da, 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 da. All right. So it kind of shows here if it's the 2.4 gigahertz band, they can do up to 600 megabytes per second. If it's the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band, it can do up to 1200 megabytes per second. So no, it can't do up to 3000 megabytes per second. But again, that's just the model number. You know, it says the speed. Yeah, it can't do up to that. But it gives you an idea that if you have Wi-Fi speeds from your internet service provider and it's a gig, 1 gigabyte per second, then yeah, if you look at something that says AX or AC3000, it's most likely can handle up to a gig or 1 gigabyte per second of your Wi-Fi that you're getting from your internet service provider. Let's see what other information here. It says this wide range is 3 or it's a large homes. One of the things you want to look at too is when you look at some of these adapters, you want to look at the range. You know, so let's Google what the range is, the square feet for this Nighthawk. Let's do Netgear Nighthawk AXE. Can't spell. 3000 USB adapter range. Let's see what Google says. I would think it can go up to about maybe 12, maybe 2000 square feet. Let's see if we can find a good. We're gonna look at this one. Not seeing here. Let's see. Let's just change this. Adapter square feet range. That is the router. That's not the USB Wi-Fi adapter. There's something that says the range. Okay. You normally want to see this information on the actual site. Let me see if it shows on the site. Let's see. There's this large home. It's in a box. Doesn't really show the range. Just says large homes. So, yeah, let's go in the product technical specification. Let's see if it shows the range here. Let's just do a quick Control F. Let's do range. Not really showing much. Let's do square feet. Nothing. Yeah, you know, sometimes these manufacturers don't fully have, you know, all the information that you're looking for on their site. But you see here, Walmart has it, and Walmart is saying up to 800 square feet. I would go with that and say that, yes, this Netgear Nighthawk AXE3000 can support up to 1,800 square feet of Wi-Fi coverage within your home. So if you have this USB adapter, you know, connect it to your desktop or connect it to your laptop, and you go somewhere that's 900 feet away, you should still be able to get the Wi-Fi with this. So what we've looked at the USB Wi-Fi adapters, what they're used for. Like I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video, they're used to substitute your Wi-Fi. So if your Wi-Fi card goes out in your laptop or your desktop or your computer, you can even use Wi-Fi adapters from the Mac. You just want to make sure the Wi-Fi adapter that you're getting supports the Mac OS. So you can use a USB Wi-Fi adapter to substitute your Wi-Fi card if it may have gone out or need repairs. We talked about how to identify what USB adapter and what the internet speeds are. You basically want to look at, you know, if it's a Netgear AXE3000, you want to determine what the internet speeds it can support. You want to make sure you look at the model, look at the technical specs for it. Same thing with that Asus 1200 that we looked at. You want to look at the different speeds that the USB Wi-Fi adapter can support. I want to mention that, you want to make sure you understand what the internet speeds are that you're getting from your ISP. You want to make sure you're aware of what those speeds are so that when you look for one of these USB Wi-Fi adapters and you look at the speed, you want to make sure the speed can support the internet speed that you're getting from your ISP or cable company. Real quick, let's take a look at Microcenter real quick. Take a look at Microcenter here. So let's say we're looking for USB Wi-Fi adapters, right? We got a few. Now, if you look at this one here, TP-Link AC 13,000 or 1300. So it's AC, so we know it's the 802.11 AC Wi-Fi standard or the Wi-Fi 5. Let's see what the spec says on this. Let's take a look at the specs here. So there's an AC 1300. Even though it says 1300, that's just saying, the 1300 is more just kind of a model number and kind of giving you an idea of what the speed is. But if you look at here, it says the wireless AC data transfer rate or the speed is only up to 867 megabytes per second. So if I am a customer or somebody that has 1,000 megabytes per second or 1 gigabyte per second internet speed from my internet service provider or my cable company, I don't want to go with this. So we're gonna hit back. Let's see what else they got here. What else they got here? Let's see. We want something that can handle at least a gig. So we've already talked about this one. Let's take a look at this Asus AX 1800. So it's definitely Wi-Fi 6, 802.11 AX. Let's take a look at the specs. I think this can do over a gig. The reason being is that it's the AX 1800. We saw with the AC 1300, it can only do about 867 megabytes per second. The AX 1800 is a little higher than that AC 1300, so this may be able to do a gig. Let's see. No, I was wrong. This too can only do 867 megabytes per second. Wow. But what about, this is supposed to be a AX USB adapter, Wi-Fi 6. Huh. Let's Google this because I'm curious on this. I am curious about this. Let's Google this real quick. Let's Google. Ah, internet. Let's take a look at Asus site here. Let's up here. All right, so this is saying Asus site saying it can do 1,200 megabytes per second plus 574 megabytes per second. So it must be based off by the band. Okay. The Wi-Fi 5, 867. Wi-Fi 6, it can do at the 2.4 gigahertz band at 574 megabytes per second. Then at Wi-Fi 6 at the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band, it can do 1201. So, yeah, I knew something was off with that off of Microcenter's site. Sometimes, you know what, you just have to search or go to the actual manufacturer's site for the USB Wi-Fi adapter and just take a look at the specs. Take a look at the specs, make sure it can handle the speeds that you're looking for, and make sure it matches what your computer and what your Wi-Fi is. Make sure your router is a Wi-Fi 6 router or a Wi-Fi 5 router, because if you end up getting, like, if you have a Wi-Fi 4 router, right, and you get a Wi-Fi 5 USB adapter, let's say it can't support Wi-Fi 4 or N, most can, but I'm just kind of giving you an example. Then you may have some problems. You know, it may have some connectivity problems. So just make sure you know that your router is either Wi-Fi 4, 5, 6, and the speeds that you have with your ISP provider. You are aware of that, so that when you start looking at some of these USB Wi-Fi adapters, you look at the technical specs for it. You make sure you look at the data rate, speeds, and make sure it can handle or support the Wi-Fi speeds that you're getting from your ISP, internet service provider, or your cable company. All right, I hope that helped you non-tech savvy computer users. Again, we are here to help you. If you feel you are non-tech savvy, you're not watching or using Tech Support Spy. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining and watching this video. And again, thank you for watching Tech Support Spy.